Hi, Teach Jim here. I teach and I learn, and today we're talking about the internet in ruin. INET in ruin. And here's the reason. For direct sales and marketers, there's some tactics and practices being put into place that may affect the way you do business. There's a change on the horizon, and if you aren't aware of it, your business will possibly have some challenges or problems. What happens is people come online and they start off and they grow along a progressive path from newbie to expert or extreme. And there are typically three types of experts that I'm seeing out there. Some that are focusing and helping the newbie and the beginner and help them to progress so far. And then there's this number of people that are focusing on the intermediate and advanced kinds of marketers. And there's a huge number of tactics, huge numbers of tools, strategies that are just overwhelming. So for a newbie coming in, they get overwhelmed right about here. And then you have some tools that are being used by the extreme experts, the marketing geniuses of the internet. And they are using some tactics and tools also. Now there's some of those that are very legitimate, using white hat tactics, trying to improve the internet, trying to make sure the experience is better for everybody. But there are some, in their enthusiasm, who sometimes step into and push the limits. I was asked by some intermediate and advanced marketers to see if what you could do about duplicating or replicating a website. Well, I created a tool that made 425 websites in about 13 seconds. And then that tool, I have some other tools that I could pull information from multiple websites and put that content onto those 425 websites. Well, what would that do? That would pollute and pollute some of the information and the quality of information that's out there. Should we do that? Well, there are people that are doing those kinds of things. They're hitting buttons and publishing out to hundreds of websites content that is not relevant. There are other people that are using legitimate tools and systems for providing value content and helping people to come along in that. Well, where's the difference there? Well, it comes down to personal development. In the personal development arena, there are the personal performance patterns that people have to develop themselves. There's the learning skills and strategies for when you have to face this huge amounts of information. There's project management, and then there's collaboration and cooperation, and how do we mastermind with one another to produce products that are going to be of benefit to the internet and to all the people that are using the internet. And that, my friends, is what we sit here at the crossroads. The internet is potentially in ruin if we have people continually to push, in larger numbers of them, into these black hat arenas or things that are not good for content for everybody. If we allow each person take personal development as their primary objective and they apply the skills of growth and development, and they also look for the good and helping others by providing them value, you have a foundation to build upon that is sound, and you can have a firm, solid business in the direct sales and marketing arena. However, if we use tactics that are only going to push to get numbers, and not worry about the names, but to grab the numbers, run people through the systems so we can pull out and take profits from those that are coming through, we're going to run ourselves into ruin. And the direct sales and marketing business will have to find themselves in value and adding value and making suggestions. So as you grow from your personal development through the tools and tactics and strategies, I hope that you'll consider very much the systems that you have in place and make sure that you're using them so that you add value, so that this discussion isn't a black and white value discussion, but it's a spectrum of understanding for both those things that are going to push the internet in terms of value added for the people that are using it, as well as for those that are providing services and products that they want to market in a direct fashion. I'm Teach Jim. I hope that this discussion will continue and that this is added to it. Thank you.